Hello guys, it's me AFS of course. Today we are going to see top 10 highest selling video games franchise. So without talking further, let's start the video. But before starting the video, huge credit to Game Rant for this video. All of the lists and quotes was taken from it. Starting off with Assassin's Creed franchise with over 200 million sales. Given that most of the best-selling video game franchises have been around since before the turn of the century, for Assassin's Creed to have shifted more than 200 million units since its 2007 debut is quite the achievement. Of course, it certainly helps that, including spin-offs, the series has averaged just shy of 2 new titles a year since the very first Assassin's Creed game. When it comes to the best-selling Assassin's Creed games, there are a couple of different contenders for the top spot. Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag sold around 15 million copies, while in early 2022, Ubisoft revealed that Assassin's Creed Valhalla had generated over $1 billion in consumer revenue. However, it remains unclear how much DLC and microtransactions figured into this amount. Next up at number 9 we got The Sims franchise with over 200 million sales. For The Sims to have racked up over 200 million sales is an impressive feat indeed, especially when one considers that there have only been 4 mainline titles. It's worth noting though that this figure does appear to include sales of the many expansions that have been released over the years, with The Sims 4 currently sitting at 14 and counting. In terms of the best-selling Sims games, The Sims 4 surpassed 20 million players in early 2020, making it the most-played title in the franchise's rich history. In second place sits the series' very first installment, which is thought to have sold around 11 million copies, with the other 2 Sims games having brought in around 13 million sales between them. Now at number 8 we have LEGO franchise with also 200 million plus sales. Although there have been 1 or 2 big sellers, the success of LEGO video games is more to do with strength in numbers than it is individual brilliance. There have been more than 100 LEGO games since the turn of the century, ranging from tacky mobile titles to licensed games based on some of the world's biggest media IPs. Together, LEGO games are estimated to have sold more than 200 million copies, with licensed games making up a significant proportion of this amount. Among the most successful properties are LEGO Star Wars, LEGO Indiana Jones, and LEGO Batman, which, between them, have shifted well over 50 million units over the years.
6 kids and some idiot tried to feed ice cream to...
At number 7 we have Minecraft with over 248 million plus sales. As well as being one of the best-selling video game franchises of all time, Minecraft also holds the distinction of being one of the best-selling games. Pretty much all of the 250 million sales or so that the series has achieved can be attributed to the influential sandbox title, with Minecraft Dungeons attracting another 10 million players or so. Given the huge success of the franchise, it's no wonder that Microsoft was willing to part with so much money to acquire Mojang in 2014, with the tech giant handing over $2.5 billion to make the deal happen. That may seem like a lot, but given that the series has generated more than $3 billion through game sales alone, most will likely see this as money well invested.
And you can understand why. 2 high-level sides about to face each other, and it's anyone's guess how this...
At number 6 we got FIFA with over 325 million sales. Considering North Americans are only just now beginning to appreciate the joys of football, the success of EA's FIFA franchise is all the more impressive. The series has been receiving annual multi-platform releases since 1994, with the lion's share of its 325 million plus sales having come from European and South American countries. The best-selling FIFA game is FIFA 18, which sold more than 26 million copies. There have been more than 10 FIFA games that have powered past the 10 million mark though, making it easy to see where that staggering total comes from. Sales are just the half of it these days though, with the Ultimate Team game mode generating ridiculous sums of money through its use of loot boxes.
In Spanish football, Real Madrid and Barcelona.
Oh shit, here we go again. Worst place in the world. Rolling Heights baller.
In number 5, not surprisingly, GTA franchise with 405 million plus sell. Rockstar Games seemingly has the Midas touch, with just about everything that the studio touches turning to gold. This all started with the Grand Theft Auto series, which, after its relatively humble beginnings back in the 90s, has gone on to become one of the biggest video game franchises around. A significant proportion of the series' 400 million plus sales can be attributed to its fifth mainline installment, with GTA 5 having sold more than 185 million copies worldwide in the decade or so since its initial release. For those wondering, this is more than twice as many as the 4 previous mainline GTA games managed between them.
Drive.
You boys good to roll off Hassan with some fire from the sky?
Let's wrap this fucker up, Grace.
In number 4 we have another giant Call of Duty with over 425 million sales. Having beaten off strong competition from the likes of Medal of Honor and Battlefield, Call of Duty is now widely regarded as being the top dog when it comes to multiplayer FPS games. Unsurprisingly, this has led to phenomenal sales over the years, with the franchise having shifted more than 425 million units since its 2003 debut. Of the 12 Call of Duty titles to have broken through the 10 million unit mark, it's Call of Duty Black Ops that leads the way with an impressive 30.72 million sales. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, 30.71 million, and Call of Duty Black Ops 2, 29.59 million, take second and third place respectively and help to demonstrate just how dominant COD was at the height of its popularity. Now we are going to see the top 3. Number 3 we got Pokemon with around 480 million sales. This might surprise some gamers, but Pokemon has generated more than $88 billion since its inception back in 1996, making it the highest grossing media franchise of all time by some considerable margin. It falls some way short of being the best-selling video game series though, with Pokemon games only accounting for a small proportion of the franchise's overall revenue. In total, Pokemon has shifted more than 480 million units, with the Gen 1 titles accounting for around 31 million of these. Pokemon Sword and Shield come in second place with 25 million sales, while Gold and Silver take the bronze with 23 million. Scarlet and Violet, 20.61 million, aren't too far behind though and will likely end up breaking into the top 3 before all is said and done. At number 2 we have Tetris with over 495 million sells. Given its many re-releases and the fact that copies of Tetris were often bundled with the original Game Boy, it's easy to see how the title has amassed more than 70 million physical sales over the years. However, the game's success as a paid mobile app may come as a surprise to many, with reports suggesting that more than 425 million people had purchased it for their phones as of 2014. This not only cements Tetris' position as the best-selling puzzle game of all time but also makes it one of the most popular video game franchises to date. Its simple yet addictive gameplay remains timeless even today, and creative reimaginings like Tetris Effect Connected have helped it to remain somewhat relevant despite many decades having now passed since its initial release. Now we are going to see the first. At first, not surprisingly, Mario with 824 million plus sells. It shouldn't come as too much of a surprise to learn that Mario is the best-selling video game franchise of all time. Its 832 million unit sales place it well ahead of the nearest contender and are bolstered by a variety of hugely successful spin-off series, which include Mario Kart, Mario Party, and Mario Sports. These three series alone have accumulated more than 290 million sales, though the bulk of the franchise's earnings come from the mainline Super Mario titles themselves. Super Mario Bros., 40.4 million, and New Super Mario Bros., 30.8 million, are among the best-selling Mario games, though it's actually Mario Kart 8 that leads the way with around 64 million sales.